Hi everyone, this is Mel Stevens. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are well today. Firstly, I'm going to apologise once again for the headphones in the ear look. And I'm also going to explain why I do this. So, for those of you who know, I am blind, and therefore I use a thing on my computer or iPad called VoiceOver, which is a speaking program. Now, if I didn't wear the headphones during the video, you would pick up the sound of the speech program if I get a notification, like what just happened, or when I scroll around and find out how long my videos have been going for while I'm recording them. So that's why I wear headphones. If you are new to my channel, I would just like to say a big hi and welcome to the family. I've had a couple of new subscribers over the last week or so it's really exciting to have you guys here and on board with the channel, and I'd like to say thank you for subscribing and taking the time to share your interest or show your interest in what I share. So today it's going to be a kind of hopefully not too long, but possibly long video, because today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to do my journey with rod cone dystrophy plus what can I see now. So let's do this thing so that we don't go for too long. So rod cone dystrophy is the name of the vision impairment that I have. It is in the retinas. There are these things called rods and cones. I don't know what's what, and they are part of the retina. So it's basically got my vision loss is about involves my retinas. What I will do is I will find some information down below in the description. I will link some information about rod cone dystrophy so you can find out more about it. It is a genetic condition, as I have said in some videos in the past. It's genetic and it's degenerative. So it means that the older you get, the more vision you lose. So I was diagnosed with rod cone dystrophy when I was really, really young. I was probably only less than 12 months old. When my mother was pregnant with me, she knew that there was a possibility that I would have either her vision condition or maybe even my father's vision condition, which is completely different to my mother's. He's got trouble with his corneas, but there was a possibility that I could have that as well. So they sort of knew that there was a possibility that I'd have one or the other, and I ended up with mum's condition. My nana had the vision problems as well, so my mum's mum, and my auntie has the vision problems too, so my mum's sister. So it's in the family. So when I was diagnosed, mum knew that, the sort of things that I would face having that low vision, and she had me learning how to do braille and all sorts of things from when I was really, really young. So she so I was learning braille from a young age. I was learning mobility skills, all that sort of thing. When I was 18 months old, they decided to do a small surgery on my eyes to get rid of a severe squint that I had. So this surgery got rid of the squint that I had, which meant that I was able to have a little bit more depth perception. So depth perception, for those of you who aren't familiar with vision impairment or blind sort of language, is the ability to see steps and things going down. So like hills and stuff, stopping everything from looking flat. So when I was a child, I had a little bit of depth perception, not perfect depth perception, but I definitely had some. I had a little bit of colour vision, once again, not perfect colour vision, but I could tell, big colour changes. I had very good night vision. I had good enough vision that I could read large print and I could write with a pen. And I also had enough vision I could recognise people, not from their faces exactly, but from their hair colour and style. If I knew that a certain kid at school, always wore a school dress instead of school pants, I could tell who she was from someone else, or, big things like that. I could tell who people were, the length of their hair, the style of their hair, the colour of their hair, that sort of thing. I have never been able to see faces to the extent that I can tell what colour eyes someone has or that sort of thing. When I was younger, if people did come up fairly close, I could tell if someone was wearing glasses or not, and that sort of thing. And then when I was in my teens, I started losing my vision, as is common with this condition. And I probably started losing vision when I was somewhere between 13 and 14, I would say. My vision really started taking I could tell the difference. So my vision loss has been gradual over the last probably 10 years. What can I see now? Now I can basically only see light and dark. That's it. I can tell when the blinds are open or closed in my house. I can tell whether I've got a light on or not, and I can tell whether I'm in a brightish or darkish room. However, I can't always be certain, especially if the light is a small light, for example, the light of my phone, a bedside lamp, something like that. I'm not always certain, so I do have to use an app on my phone to tell me whether there is, if I have left my bedside lamp on or something like that. I cannot see anything in front of me anymore. I can't even see me doing this, waving my hand in front of my face. I cannot see that. But I still have very good what's called visual memory. So I still have the ability to remember what things look like. So if I hold my hand above my face, in front of my face like this, like it is now, I can imagine or see in my mind what my hand looks like, because I know what my hand looks like. I know where it is so far as like spatial awareness is concerned. And so I can, kind of imagine that I'm seeing it. I know that the computer screen is on in front of me, and I can sort of tell, or like tell in my mind, where the silver of the computer keyboard is, and then where the light for the computer screen is, and I can actually see the light of the computer screen. So I have really good visual memory, and sometimes, especially when I was losing my vision, that used to trick me. Sometimes I would see a pole, but I was seeing a fake pole and I wasn't seeing the real pole. And I actually had an accident in year 10 at school where I was walking down, we had this hill at school, and I was walking down this hill, and there was a pole that, like, near where I had to turn around to go to turn around the corner, and I thought I saw the pole, but it was a fake pole, and I ran into the real pole and cut above my eye, and it was disgusting. It was like bleeding. It, yeah. So I see fake things, and I can imagine, things. So I'm not sure sometimes whether I am seeing a light on in a room or whether I think I'm seeing a light on in a room. Sometimes, when I get up in the morning, I have to check to see whether I have opened the blind or not, because sometimes I can't tell from a distance whether I have opened the blinds or not. So it's really, really hard because I am losing that vision, and I do remember what those things look like. So it makes it really, really difficult to be certain that I'm seeing something, or that I'm not seeing something. So that's really, really, really annoying. What else can I see? Can I see when I dream? Yes. I can still see when I dream to the extent that I saw when I was a child. If I have a dream about my high school, my primary school, the house that I grew up in, friends and family, who I've known since I could see, things like that, I can see those things to the extent that I saw them back then. If I dream about my friends that I have now, the home that I live in now, things like that, I can see it to the extent that I have imagined what it looks like. So I've got a fairly good idea of what my living room looks like. So I can see it in my mind, and create. I have a very good visual picture of what things that I know now will look like. It's really hard to explain, but yeah, I can still see a lot of things if I know them well enough. I know what some of my friends who I have now, who I've met since I moved here, I know what they look like. So when I'm talking to them, even on the phone, I can see them. I can see their faces in my mind. So that's really complicated. I think I'm going to stop now because I think this is getting really confusing. So if you've got any questions, please ask, and I will try and explain things a bit better. But have a look down below. I will link some information about road cone dystrophy so you can know what it is. For any of my viewers who you guys have RP, if you have RP, which is retinitis pigmentosa, road cone dystrophy, the vision that we have is basically opposite to that of people with retinitis pigmentosa. So I won't link any info about RP down below because that'll just get confusing, but I will link some info about road cone dystrophy. And I will also try and find a link to some information about nystagmus, which is the other thing that I have, which is how my eyes shake and I can't focus on things anymore. Which I will point out, I used to be able to focus on things a lot easier when I could see. So I'm going to stop there. I've been going on for 14 minutes and I'm sure that I've been a bit confusing. So read some of the info below. Watch my vision impaired people's tag, which I'll also link down below. And if you guys have any questions that you would like to know about this, and any specific topic that you would like me to talk about relating back to this video, please let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.